This is News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Tom Corliss of WDWNT.com. Please like this video, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell to make sure you never miss the latest from the Disney theme parks all around the world. But here now the news for April 21st, 2023. Of course, you could join us for Wild at 25, an unauthorized field trip, an event presented by WDWNT celebrating the 25th anniversary of Animal Kingdom that is coming your way tomorrow, April 22nd, 2023, actually at the park. So it's a free to attend event for you and your friends and your family. So please join us if you're going to be at the park tomorrow. Of course, we've celebrated many theme park anniversaries here at WDWNT, dating all the way back to EPCOT's 25th, and this one will be no different. A little bit more of a laid-back day on Saturday at Animal Kingdom. Here's our a quick look at the tentative event schedule. In the morning, of course, we invite you to enjoy everything that Disney officially will be doing. There will be a ceremony in front of the Tree of Life in the morning at 8:30 a.m. There's merchandise releases, meet and greets, so much more. But starting at 11 a.m., we will have a group lunch meetup at the Flame Tree Barbecue on Discovery Island. You can meet up with us there. And then at noon from that location, we will distribute our game. It's called The Return of Little Red. It's a special interactive game that'll take about an hour or two to play. And then you can hand that in between 1 and 2 p.m. And at 2 p.m., we will go into a group show of It's Tough to Be a Bug in the Tree of Life. There's then some free time in the afternoon, do whatever. We'll then have our prize ceremony for the Return of Little Red game at 6 p.m. in Dino-Rama. And then following that, we will have group rides on Triceratops Spin and Dinosaurs. We say goodbye. What we expect is goodbye to Dinoland USA at Animal Kingdom, which, of course, according to that blue sky art, is on the chopping block. So we hope you'll join us again at Animal Kingdom on April 22nd. If you do, we have a free gift for everybody that comes. We have this cool 25th anniversary magnet we made just for the event. We're just going to give these out tomorrow at the park, and that's it. When they're gone, they're gone. Also limited quantities, so make sure you find us early if you want one of these tomorrow. Another quick plug I got to make, Carousel of Products. We do have very special Animal Kingdom 25th anniversary merchandise. I will say this, one of our reporters was nice enough to pick up the official Animal Kingdom 25th anniversary merchandise. The clothes are hideous. And I'm not saying that because we're selling clothes. I'm saying that because legitimately they are. I like the keychain and the magnet and stuff we'll talk about later. But the shirts are no good. You know who has good shirts? Carousel of Products. We have this, they made this fantastic art with all of the lands, some past and present, represented, including Camp Mini Mickey, on this great shirt that has all these sort of travel patches on the back and a really sleek 25th logo on the front, which says, Life's an adventure with new horizons every day, and that, my friends, is a reason to celebrate. And those of you who are more hardcore fans in the audience will know that's from Mickey's Jammin' Jungle Parade that used to perform at the park. And then my personal favorite, what I'll be wearing tomorrow on April 22nd, these turned out so good, is this really cool button-up shirt with all the patches all over it. I love this. And I just got the Animal Kingdom, the official 25th button-up, and the material's not great. Ours is great. Carouselofproducts.com. Pick them up right now. They are, like all of our product, limited edition, and when they're gone, they're gone. That's it. And now I'm going to throw them all on the floor because I need room to do the news. Before we get to the news, though, real quick, I want to just say big thank you to Eric and Alessa who filled in while I was in Japan. Thank you guys so much for facilitating that. And we had took my parents to Japan for the first time. We had the most amazing trip of my life. It was fantastic. So thank you to everyone at WDWNT that filled in while I was gone. I really appreciate it. And thank you guys at home for being patient while we took a much needed break. But now let's get back to it. I know I was joking earlier, I should have done a whole musical number where I said, what did I miss? And between all this Reedy Creek stuff and everything else, it's a lot. But let's get back to it, shall we? Talking about Animal Kingdom's 25th anniversary, a stage has been set in front of the Tree of Life at Animal Kingdom for, again, that anniversary tomorrow. It'll be the silver anniversary on April 22nd. The stage is set for, again, a ceremony at 8:30 a.m. Who will be at the ceremony and what, we do not know at this point, but we will certainly be there tomorrow morning to bring you anything and everything that happens at that event. As well, a Pumbaa popcorn bucket will be released at Trek Snacks and popcorn carts across Disney's Animal Kingdom in honor of Earth Day and the anniversary tomorrow. The bucket, again, all part of those celebrations. This is the first ever Pumbaa popcorn bucket. Pumbaa, of course, from Disney's The Lion King. Today also marked the release of the start of the release of that anniversary merchandise for the 25th of Animal Kingdom. So here's what you'll find at the park. There's a Spirit jersey available for $79.99. As well, there's a button. Here's that button-up shirt for $59.99. And yeah, it's pretty much very wrinkled the moment you buy it. There's an annual pass holder T-shirt for $39.99. You can get that. The tank top is also $39.99 as well. There's a tie front top for $44.99. A youth T-shirt for $26.99. There's a pretty cool Loungefly backpack for $88. It's pretty neat. I got one of those. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I got it. There's a magnet for $11.99. Pretty neat. An ornament for $19.99. These are wood, by the way. And a keychain for $11.99. There's a tumbler. This is priced at $29.99. A light-up box or lantern, whatever you'd like to call it, for $44.99. There's then a number of pins. The 25th anniversary logo pin is $17.99. Dinosaurs, their pin is $19.99 as well. Kevin pin, $19.99. It's Tough to Be a Bug, $19.99. Nice to see that represented. Kilimanjaro Safaris, $19.99. A Mickey Mouse pin for $19.99. A Festival of the Lion King pin for $19.99. There is then the mystery pins. There's 2 in a box for $24.99. It's a number of designs with Mickey and the Jeep pointing at different animals and creatures from throughout the park. Again, all that merchandise available now at Animal Kingdom. Supposedly there will be day of merchandise, at least a pin and a T-shirt supposedly, again tomorrow on April 22nd. As part of Disney's halfway to Halloween celebration, they've announced prices, dates, and entertainment details for Mickey's Not-So-Scary Halloween Party at the Magic Kingdom. Get ready for a spectacular celebration with plenty of tricks and treats when the series of parties kicks off this year on August 11th. With spellbinding entertainment, favorite Disney characters dressed in their Halloween best, and more. Celebrate the most haunting time of year at Walt Disney World. This limited capacity nighttime event starts at 7 p.m. and allows guests to experience shorter wait times on attractions, themed food and beverage, and more. Guests at select Walt Disney World Resort hotels, the Swan and the Dolphin hotels, and Shades of Green can purchase tickets starting April 27th, and tickets will be available to all guests starting May 2nd. The event dates are as follows. There's August 11th, 15th, 18th, 22nd, 25th, and 29th. In September, it's the 1st, the 4th, 8th, 10th, 12th, 15th, 17th, 19th, 22nd, 24th, 26th, 28th, and 29th. Then in October, there are party dates on the 1st, 3rd, 5th, 6th, 9th, 10th, 12th, 13th, 15th, 17th, 19th, 20th, 22nd, 24th, 26th, 27th, 29th, and of course on Halloween, the 31st, and then one date, November 1st. Well, it's all for November. Again, don't forget about those early booking windows for resort guests. If you'd like a breakdown of the pricing for each and every night, it is available on our website. Each night is pretty different, so check it out there. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, Be Our Guest Vacations. Your dream vacation begins with Be Our Guest Vacations and their concierge team of expert vacation planners. Head on over to beourguestvacations.com/WDWNT, and the team will design your next magical Disney trip from Disney World, the cruise line, Adventures by Disney, and more. The best part is their concierge services are 100% free. Aerial photographer BioReconstruct shared photos of Harmonious barges being demolished backstage at EPCOT. 2 of the taco-shaped barges plus the circular Stargate barge have now been removed from World Showcase Lagoon. The final performance of Harmonious was on April 2nd, and the first barge was gone as of April 10th. In Bio's photos, the circular barge and the second taco barge are parked in the marina, while the deconstruction of the first taco barge continues. 2 taco barges, of course, currently remain in the lagoon. The second photo offers a close-up view of one of the barges being taken apart with pieces in piles on the construction site. The barge now barely resembles its previous taco shape, as do most tacos that I eat. They don't resemble tacos when I'm done. The cabins at Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground will be replaced with the new cabin set to open in 2024, but that's not all that's interesting about this release. Let's talk about it. Walt Disney World Resort and Disney Vacation Club this week announced proposed plans to bring refreshed cabin hideaways to Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground, offering guests a private retreat in the midst of nature with many of the comforts of home. Nestled across 750 acres of scenic woodlands, proposed plans call for more than 350 new cabins to replace the existing cabins at the resort, which have delighted guests for many years and will soon be ready for a refresh. Additionally, the proposed cabins would be built with an eye towards the environment, utilizing the footprint of the existing cabins and taking advantage of more energy-efficient features. Design concepts offer a fresh take on the current cabin experience and are inspired by the resort's idyllic setting, while also paying homage to the resort's unique culture and heritage through the magic of Disney storytelling. Each proposed standalone cabin offers spacious accommodations, sleeping up to 6 adults, and features a bedroom, bathroom, living room, full kitchen, and private patio. A select number of cabins are also expected to be dog-friendly. As with all Disney Vacation Club resorts, the proposed cabins will continue to be open for reservations to all guests, including those who are not Disney Vacation Club members, based on availability. The planned cabins are part of a collection of improvement projects underway at Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground that are designed to enhance the guest experience. Examples include proposed pool and walking trail enhancements, as well as expanded new dining experiences at Trails End Restaurant and Crockett's Tavern, with more exciting news to come. Located right in the heart of Walt Disney World Magic and a boat ride away from the Magic Kingdom, members and guests would have easy access to the theme parks and be able to enjoy the resort's cherished amenities, including horseback riding at the recently updated Tri-Circle D Ranch, fishing, walking trails, pools, playgrounds, and for the little ones, and Chip and Dale's Campfire Sing-Along, and a Rootin' Tootin' dining and entertainment offering of the Hoop-Dee-Doo musical review. Campsite accommodations will also continue to be available for guests. Disney made sure to say that several times. The cabins at Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort, a Disney Vacation Club resort, it's a mouthful, is projected to open in 2024 and would be the 17th Disney Vacation Club hotel. Additional information regarding the project, the start of sales, and rental bookings will be released at a later date. I've been back for 5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, but it is time for a rant. Fort Wilderness is like the last little bit of classic Walt Disney World that still exists. And so to, number one, be knocking down the cabins to put up these very modern looking structures that don't look like cabins, by the way, they've killed Fort Wilderness. They've effectively killed Fort Wilderness, right? They leveled all that space behind Pioneer Hall. They cleared all those trees and left that big dirt pile that was meant for reflections. That's there. They knocked down the original Tri-Circle D Ranch and built this new modern facility, which is nice. It's better for the animals, but it doesn't really fit the resort it's in. They're now doing God knows what to Trails End and Crockett's Tavern. Here's the thing, right? There are two ways in which Disney succeeds in design, right? Obviously theme and storytelling, but really it comes to either something being so amazing and innovative that you're just wowed, and the other way that Disney makes you feel things is charm, right? And so nothing at Fort Wilderness is necessarily like, oh, wow. It's always been like that rustic charm, the charm of these, the Walt Disney World property that was purchased is a beautiful piece of land. There's a lot of natural beauty, and a lot of it exists in those wooded areas around Magic Kingdom, and the Fort Wilderness property is one of those spaces. And it's just a beautiful natural space. It's a gorgeous place to just walk around or ride a bike or drive the golf cart around. It's really picturesque. And part of it is when you see those what look like log cabins through the trees, right? And so now we're going to have these very modern looking, they kind of look like garden sheds sitting there. It doesn't work. Design-wise, does not work. And I saw a lot of people arguing on social media that, oh, it's time for a refresh and this looks great and blah, blah, blah. And I think, again, these are people that just don't fundamentally understand the thing they love. They don't understand why things are the way they are. And I think, I'm not, trying to deride these people, because apparently the executives of the Walt Disney Company and designers, they don't have any idea either. They have no concept of what Fort Wilderness is and what it's supposed to be. I certainly think you could have had new cabins that still looked like cabins but had more modern amenities. That could have been done. But instead, again, just like we've done to so many hotel rooms where we've whitewashed them and made them very plain and very sterile, That's what's happening here. We're going to have these very sterile-looking modern structures sitting in the middle of Fort Wilderness, and I don't think it's a good idea. I think this is going to suck the life out of Fort. It's going to make it this sort of luxury glamping experience. And then let's really break down the other big problem with this is making it a Disney Vacation Club property, right? So the audience that goes to Fort Wilderness today, and these are people that go once, twice, 3 times a year, and they always stay in the cabins or they get a campsite. The reason they stay there is because it is this incredibly charming, just such a cute place to stay. It's so cute. And you're going to take away all that charm. All of that's going to go away with these modernization projects. None of that exists with this style of architecture. It's not possible, right? So and also you're going to sell them for way more money, right? So here's what let's break down why Disney management is doing this. The answer is very simple. The problem that was presented was it's time to update the cabins. They're probably at the end of their lifespan, and so it's time to put new ones in the footprints of the old ones. And so everyone looked around at each other and went, well, okay, the amortization period on that's going to be 10 years. It's going to be 10 years before we pay off all the work we did, blah, blah, blah. And someone raised their hand in the meeting and goes, hey, you know how we can make the money back before we open? Disney Vacation Club. If we sell all this property before it opens and it's paid off before opening day, and everyone probably nodded and went, oh, that's a great idea, good job, we figured it out. But what that does is take what was, I think for the number of people it sleeps, one of the more affordable accommodations and more spacious for 5 people, and it's gonna put it behind a paywall, right? And it's also gonna put it behind a booking wall, because the people that own this resort will get first dibs on booking it. And then the other Disney Vacation Club members get the second dibs. And then third in line will be everybody else who are the people that currently book a cabin at Fort Wilderness. So the people that have always booked cabins at Fort Wilderness will now be third in line to book them. They're probably not going to be able to get them most of the time. And now they're going to be way more expensive. They're going to raise the price of them, absolutely. So, for a number of reasons, this is nonsense. It's the death of Fort Wilderness. That resort, as it existed before, will very shortly cease to be. And so I've prepared myself for it. I know for my birthday this year, that's what I'm doing. I'm getting a cabin, and I'm going to hang out there for a couple days, and that's going to enjoy it one last time before they take the charm out of Fort Wilderness. And that's what we've done the last several years, right? There's no care for nostalgia at Walt Disney World. We saw it at the 50th anniversary celebration. We saw then they didn't care. They don't care now. And it's just going to continue until there's nothing left. Until there's nothing left. And I just came back from Japan, and all I could marvel at, that park just turned 40. And what I love about Tokyo Disneyland is it is this marriage of classic Disney and the new stuff at its peak quality, right? You could go see Pirates of the Caribbean as originally intended. You could still ride Splash Mountain. You could see Jungle Cruise with several scenes that no longer exist in the U.S. You could go see the Haunted Mansion as it originally existed in Disney World. Go on pretty much the classic Snow White ride. All of these very classic, the original Dumbo, all these things beautifully maintained, still there. And then right next door to them are amazing new things like Monsters, Inc. Ride and Go Seek, Enchanted Tale of Beauty and the Beast, Pooh's Honey Hunt, all this great newer stuff. And it makes for such a great park. And all I can think about at Disney World is all there is this newer stuff that's not even of the same quality level as what they're building over there. And it makes me sad. And that is the difference in management between OLC and the Walt Disney Company. And OLC, the Oriental Land Company, does a better job at being Disney than Disney has done in a very long time. And it's sad. It makes me sad. It breaks my heart. But not only coming down off that high of coming home, but sitting on that flight and reading this story, I had this moment where it was like, yeah, that solidifies the difference between the two. If they wanted, the simple solution was, if you wanted new high-end cabins. Why not build them on the site that was meant for reflections? Why is it not going there? Why? That's where that belongs. It doesn't belong in the existing Fort Wilderness. But anyway, I digress. We're taking too long for this rant. But let me know in the comments how you feel, if you're as angry as I am. Maybe you're not, but I think people should be. As was announced earlier this week, there's a new Haunted Mansion Gargoyle Tiki mug now available for a limited time at Walt Disney World as part of the Halfway to Halloween celebration. The mug comes with one of two drinks at Trader Sam's Grog Grotto at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort. Naturally, we stopped by to try it out. The mug itself is $80. I will tell you, it's a beautiful ceramic mug, though. It's pretty big for the price. And there are two drink options available, both specifically created for the event. There's the Look Alive Mai Tai, which is Plantation Dark Rum, Bacardi Superior White Rum, Bowls Blackberry Brandy, Passion Fruit Orange Guava Juice, Almond, Falernum, and Lime Juice. And then the Ghoulish Delight is the Zero Proof cocktail, and it's, I think that's Liars. I've never heard of that. Liars Agave Reserve Spirit with passion fruit, grapefruit juice, lemon juice, agave, and soda water. And either way, the drink with the mug is $80. All right, it's time for the Reedy Creek Ron DeSantis section of the show, everybody. Here we go. The Central Florida Tourism Oversight District, formerly the Reedy Creek Improvement District Board of Supervisors, held a meeting this week during which they terminated the Planning and Zoning Board. Chair Martin Garcia also said that the district will be looking into monetizing the district's land assets, including creating new zoning for affordable workforce housing. Monetizing the land could mean toll roads, which were something that Governor Ron DeSantis talked about a couple days ago as well. Richard Bilbao of Orlando Business Journal reported live on Twitter from the meeting. He noted that Garcia also said the board would create voting rights and traffic solutions for residents of the potential housing. They are hoping this housing would reduce the district's carbon footprint since theme park workers would not need to drive in every day. Meanwhile, one of the lawyers for the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District's Board of Supervisors claims that Disney's deal with the previous Reedy Creek Improvement District Board was violating state law. During the board's Wednesday meeting, they met with legal counsel, including David H. Thompson of Cooper and Kirk. Thompson said, quote, "The bottom line is that Disney engaged in a caper worthy of Scrooge McDuck to try to evade Florida law. The development agreement between Disney and RCID was publicly advertised and approved in public meetings, but the new board's lawyers say the RCID board did not properly notify affected property owners by mail of the development agreement, which is required by Florida statutes. There is no record of those notices being mailed. Quote, Disney's efforts are riddled with illegality, Thompson said, and they will not withstand judicial scrutiny. The Florida State Senate also just introduced legislation that would make Disney's agreement void. Central Florida Attorney Jacob Schumer told Orlando Sentinel that voiding the development agreement would impair a contract, putting the state on shaky legal ground. But the new board could have a case if RCID didn't provide notice to affected property owners. Quote, significant case law out there basically says that if statutory notice requirements aren't followed, then the government action is void from the outset. Most of the affected property owners would be Disney and affiliates. According to a recently released public agenda, the DeSantis-appointed Central Florida Tourism Oversight District Board is meeting on April 26 to declare Disney's last agreement with Reedy Creek null and void. The just-released document covering the upcoming Central Florida Tourism Oversight District meeting agenda states board members plan to use part of their time to declare the last agreement between Disney and Reedy Creek as null and void. After all this happened, Disney took to their official community outreach site to share their view of the Reedy Creek Improvement District in a new post. Entitled The Value of Disney Reedy Creek to Florida, the new post was added as the battle between Disney and Governor Ron DeSantis drags out. And the lengthy post on Disney's website references the history of the district, how Disney is taxed, and the ways the district benefits the residents and taxpayers of Florida. You can read all of this on our site at WDWNT.com. It's really interesting. And it illustrates a lot of the things I said on a previous show several weeks ago as to why it's actually beneficial to the government to not control this thing. But nonetheless, we, of course, will continue to cover all of this drama as it unfolds. And it sounds like we are far from done with it. Meanwhile, representatives of the Walt Disney Company have announced that groundbreaking on a new affordable and attainable housing development is set to take place next year, with the first units to be anticipated to be completed in 2026. The Walt Disney World Resort provided nearly 80 acres of land in Orange County to the Michaels organization to build, own, and operate an attainable housing development with 1,300 units, offering affordable options for qualifying applicants within certain income levels. This week, representatives have also shared that they are now anticipating building 1,400 units. We've been making more and more progress on this initiative every day, and now we're thrilled to share that groundbreaking on this development is targeted for next year, with the first units anticipated to be completed in 2026, said Raina Langley, Senior Vice President of Walt Disney World Communications and Public Affairs. We're also expanding our vision to now include approximately 1,400 total units, over 100 higher than we had initially announced. We hope to make a positive impact wherever we can in our community. So to be able to offer more units means even more Florida families will get to access attainable housing, in addition to creating new Florida jobs as part of the construction and operation. The land is located west of State Road 429, just a few miles away from the Magic Kingdom, and near schools and shopping centers, including the Flamingo Crossings Town Center, and concept art for the development was released last year. The Michaels organization, a nationally recognized developer, will build and operate the property. The development, which is planned to be privately financed, will be limited to applicants within a certain income range. Quote, Walt Disney World has played an active role in building a stronger community for more than 50 years, and we will continue to find and support creative solutions that make a meaningful impact, said Disney representatives. Walt Disney World has also recently joined the Coalition for the Homeless of Central Florida, an organization that cast members support year-round through the Disney Volunteers Program, for the grand opening of its newly renovated youth center, which was built with the help of a $100,000 Disney grant. And late last year, Walt Disney World and Disneyland Resort announced significant donations to local community food banks to support families in need, totaling more than $300,000. Although the Jolly Trolley no longer runs through the streets of Toontown at Tokyo Disneyland, guests have long been able to take a photo with the former attraction right outside of its barn. However, during the pandemic, the trolley was removed, but this week it finally returned. Right outside the trolley barn at the park near Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin, guests can still visit the former attraction, and while it doesn't run, it is a great photo op. Of course, this just adds to the list of things you can find in the Tokyo Toontown that no longer exist at Disneyland, including this trolley, both the Mickey Mouse and the Roger Rabbit fountains, the old restroom signs featuring Roger Rabbit and Jessica Rabbit, and much, much more. See what I was talking about? How Tokyo Disneyland's like a museum of Disney parks past. It's amazing. And the trolley looks clean and refreshed and better than ever. It's a great photo op, very cute. Make sure if you go, you check it out. And while Tokyo Disneyland doesn't have a full New Orleans Square land of its own, they do have their own mini Royal Street in Adventureland of all areas. It's home to Pirates of the Caribbean, the Blue Bayou restaurant, and several shops, and now a small reference to the Princess and the Frog for the first time in the park's history. The new Decal is located on the faux bridge between Party Gras Gifts and the Crystal Art Shop, heading towards the restrooms and Theater Orleans. The art seemingly appeared overnight when Pirates of the Caribbean reopened earlier this month at the park. It features two characters from the film along with a stylized message. Specifically, we see dreams do come true in New Orleans, which are lyrics from the song Down in New Orleans in the 2009 film. The words are set on staffs of sheet music with a quarter and eighth notes in various colors dotting the middle sections. To the left, we see Louis the trumpet playing Alligator jamming out, and to the right is Ray the Firefly enjoying the music as well. Of course, this is particularly interesting because Tokyo Disneyland has said they have zero plans to replace Splash Mountain with Tiana's Bayou Adventure, but nonetheless, at the same time, they've added the very first reference to Princess and the Frog in the park in their Adventureland area. So interesting to see, very interesting. I still believe they will not get Tiana's Bayou Adventure. I think it remains questionable as to if they'll keep Splash Mountain, but I think no matter what, if they do replace Splash Mountain, it will be something different than Tiana's Bayou Adventure. For the absolute latest on these stories and all that didn't make it into today's show, be sure to check WDWNT.com and follow us on all your favorite social media platforms. You can support the entire team behind this show and others by joining the WDWNT Interglobe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. Special shout out to all of our WIGS members watching who make this show happen every week. And if you're a WIGS Ultra level member, I'm going to be mailing you some cool Tokyo Disney Resort 40th stuff. So stay tuned for that if you are a WIGS Ultra member. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Tom Corliss saying, enjoy the rest of your today and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
From WDWNT TV, This is Park Center. Join us each week for news and discussion topics from the Disney and Universal theme parks around the world. We cover the stories in a quick, concise, and fun format, and then our panel breaks down and debates some of the biggest issues and what they mean for us, the parks fans. From the latest announcements to openings and delays to scandals and snacks and merchandise and more, we'll cover it all in 90 minutes. Join us live every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern on YouTube at WDWNT TV, or watch episodes on demand anytime. You can also subscribe to the audio version of the show on your favorite podcast app.